Hey folks, in this video I would like to explain the roles of the different files that you find in a Greenfoot project. So when you open up an empty project, um, you'll typically see a bunch of .java files. There's a readme.txt. There's this project.greenfoot, and then there are these folders with sounds, images, and doc. Okay, the .java files are the files that contain your code. So you notice for this project we have animal.java, bug.java, lettuce, snake, turtle, and turtleworld.java. So if we open up the project and look at it, these are our classes. And when you double click on one of these classes, what you're opening up here is the .java file. Okay, and actually we could go in and open up, so that was, wait, what was that? That was turtle. Yeah, that was the turtle class. We could actually go in and open up that turtle class with any other editor. Like for example, let's open it with Notepad. Oh, actually with Notepad it looks kind of ugly because the carriage returns don't work or don't translate well. They're not the same for different systems like Windows and Mac and Linux and all that stuff. So if we open it with JEdit, you can see better. Here we go. So I'm opening it with JEdit, and you can see it's all the same information. It's public class turtle extends animal. So this is all the code for Turtle World. It's in this .java file. Okay, and the same thing with snake. If we open up snake, that's close this out. If we open up snake, you're looking at the snake.java file and so on. Okay, so it's the .java files that contain your actual code, and so those are the that's makes a critical piece, right, for your projects. Oh, I guess let me go back to that project file. Let's see, that was JOC10, I think, for Trick the Turtle, yeah. Okay, so that's the Java files. Then you have this readme.txt file. This is just for information. I'll open it with JEdit. This is just a place to save information about the scenario. Okay. So this was Trick the Turtle, was written by Michael Colling, and he just puts a little information about the scenario in here. Okay. This project.greenfoot basically is just used to start up all the other stuff, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. The doc folder contains HTML files. So these are actually, you could open these in a browser. If I click on turtle here, it comes up in the browser, class turtle, and so on. So this is, and what this is when you open up turtle and go from looking at the source code to looking at documentation, that's the documentation. Okay, so that's those HTML files give you all that documentation. Okay, so that's where you have documentation, mode, and source code. And you can actually there's a little more stuff in here. Like if you click on index, you can actually go in and oh, okay, it goes to all classes, and so you can actually check these all out. All classes with a frame looks like that, and so on. Or all classes frame, yeah. So some of these are made to be. So some of these are not made to be opened individually. You can just kind of tell when you play around. But you can go in and play around with those and just see what that's about. The style sheet just governs how the HTML is going to be displayed. And then these other things you can take a look. They're not that important. But the main thing to recognize is that this is the HTML is your document stuff when you go into document mode. Then we have images. So here, so these are the images that are actually in use in your project. So this weave.jpg is your background. Here it is opened up in Photo Viewer. It opens it up kind of small, but or actually that might be the size if it gets duplicated. I'm not sure. But so that's when your world gets compiled, it's going to look like that. And then you have images for the ladybug and the lettuce and all that stuff is contained in here. Okay, so those are your images. Sounds. Oh yeah, then we have different sounds that you can play. And notice these are all .wav files. So they all end with .wav. So it's important that you use that kind. Now there's another set of files. So this is the basic. This is the stuff that you would want to package up, zip and send to yourself if you want to open up your project someplace else. There's another set of files that gets created every time you compile. So if you look here, you can see all these crosshatches. So none of these classes have been compiled at this point. If I press compile here and compile the project, and now go look at my files, you see all of these .class files and .ctext files. These all get created. The .class files always get created when you compile, or either .class or a .jar or something like that will get created when you compile something in Java. And basically what that is taking the code that you wrote and translating it into what they call bytecode so that it can be read by the Java virtual machine. Okay, so this stuff is not something you can, open up. If we try to open this with JEdit, what we see is a mess like this. Okay, so this is not the stuff that you wrote. This is a translation of what you wrote into a language that the Java virtual machine can understand so that it can run it. Okay, and then these ctext files. Let's just open one and see what's in it. Okay. Close. So okay, so this says BlueJ class context. So this is some special information for BlueJ is a related development environment that's related to Greenfoot. So this is special stuff that's specific to the BlueJ Greenfoot stuff. It's not something you typically see when you compile Java code. But this class, these class files are what the Java virtual machine needs to run. So that's why you need to create those when you compile. Yeah, so that's the basics of all the files that you have. And then I think in another video we'll talk a little bit about how you actually can use different images and sounds and find and manipulate images and sounds that you get off the web.